Well, a very, very, very good welcome to all of you this evening. If you've joined on this particular broadcast, it means that you found your way to a channel called Upliftment for Life. My name is Theophilus van Rensburg-Linster, and right now I am communicating to you from Stockholm in Sweden. And for those of you who have been part of this endeavor earlier, will recognize that sound and will recognize that tune, because that's Andre de Lange singing in the background. You are such a treasure. And we, of course, have always believed that. Some 10,000 kilometers away from me in the south, there are some folks that you can definitely describe as a treasure. All of them are, and you'll meet them in a short while. As I said, and as you can see on the screen now, I have to show my face. Very, very welcome, and thank you so very much for spending a few minutes here with us. The idea and the purpose of this particular broadcast, which is the first one in 2026, is to introduce you to some people that have made some really big strides in the Western Cape in a little town called Haarlem. And so we'll meet them. There are a couple of questions that will set us up for a good number of episodes that will start over the next couple of months. So thank you so very much for joining us, and you are welcome. Give us a second or two, and I'll introduce the team. I can't imagine being with us. I'm a bit hungry now. I've been so Okay, well, very, very welcome. All of us are now on screen. As you can see now, I am now among the people that are all beautiful. And what you see on your monitor right now, of course, I'm sitting there in your top left corner, but there's a Carmen is there, and we are all huddled there at the bottom part of your screen. Those are the folks who are from Haarlem, and they're now the member of the executive council who just arrived. Maxine, a very good friend of mine, also our teacher. So let's start with you, Carmen. Please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. 60 seconds.
Good evening, Theo. Good evening, colleagues. I'm super proud to be part of this team, to learn about agriculture, to learn about business skills, to learn about doing things better. My name is Carmen Harry. I'm originally from the Eastern Cape. I moved full time to Haarlem about 2 years ago, to do farming full time. Um, I've been doing things the old way, and um, yeah, I'm learning that tradition is the old way. So
We've lost you a little bit there, Carmen, unfortunately.
with digital assistants, etc. Thank you so much, Theo, and thank you, team.
Well, sure. Thank you so very, very much. We lost a little bit there, but we can always come back. Carmen, thank you so much for being part of this first episode. Let's go. Carmen is sitting what I would call on the east side of Haarlem. Now we go just further west, down Berg Street. And there, let's start with you, Mike. Mike is there. Could you introduce yourself, Mike? Mike was asking earlier, why me?
Hi, good evening, everybody. From to Sweden to Haarlem and to wherever. My name is Mike, or Mike Kermit. Yes, I am from the western side of but Cape Town, and I moved to the end of the western side, which is almost in the eastern side, which is Haarlem. I love this place really. Yes, I am doing a bit of farming, but I do several things. What I'm really thankful about this whole program is that I feel privileged to be part of it, entrepreneur, some strategies and learning skills.
Mm.
So yeah, here I am, and I feel very excited to the way forward. And yeah, and yes, I do all kinds of things. I don't have a specific skill that I can really put front because I am like everywhere and do everything. But yes, and my greatest thing that I want to say is my full support I will throw into this group. I
Oh,
love this team.
fantastic.
Thank you.
That's really lovely to hear. Thank you so very, very much for that. I'm going to now ask Maxine to come. Maxine, just introduce yourself. You come closer there. Um, and thank you
Good,
so much.
good evening, everybody. My name is Maxine. I am responsible to, would I say, lead the team
Yes.
in sharing knowledge and sharing their own stories. So I take the lead and we follow each other. They don't follow me, we follow each other.
Wonderful. Appreciate that. You would have noticed that the way we introducing ourselves, I started off and then we went to Carmen, and then we went to Mike, and then we went to Maxine. It would do a sort of age before honor. No, no, dust before the broom. No, not even that. Um, no, we want the young people to know their place. Anyway, there are three wonderful young people there, and Maxine and myself have spoken so earlier about this very unique situation where we have these two generations that are impacting each other in a very unique vocational training program. So that's really, really special. Um, let's start with you, Monique. Monique, tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself and tell us in 60 seconds on what makes you wake up in the morning.
Hi everyone, my name is Monique Rousseau and I'm originally from Haarlem. I've never been, I've never lived in another place, but, and I am so grateful to be part of this course. And my part in this course is the technology because I love technology. And I recently started with the photography business and I would really love for it to take place in for me to build in. Thank you.
Thank you, Monique. Appreciate that. Now, we also have Kevin there. Kevin Hitzeroth. Very, very unique surname. I've had a couple of unique surnames in Harlem. Kevin, introduce yourself, please, sir.
Hello viewers, my name is Kevin Isaac. I'm originally from the Eastern Cape. I currently live in the Western Cape now in Haarlem. And why I started this is because I just want to upgrade my skills in technology, in IT and that stuff. And I've seen a lot of opportunities in Learning Academy. So yeah, and my part is actually to be in the technical side of farming. So
Fantastic.
that's all.
Thank you, Kevin. Azania, last but not least, tell us about yourself.
Hi guys, I am Azania Bardenos. I come from the Eastern Cape. I'm joined by this group for the production side, I guess, to document the process and everything that's going on here in Haarlem that nobody really knows, the behind the scenes of all the wonderful things that we see online.
Thank you so very, very, very much. And as the team mentioned, this is a very, very wonderfully diverse set of folks that are doing incredible things We've had a tremendously wonderful start to this year, and on the screen you see the Learning Academy Worldwide, and you see the logo that says Seed for Africa, and the European Union is involved there. And I wanted to just say something about that. One of the things that we have been that we're very proud of as an organization, it's a South African nonprofit that won an award with the European Union's Seed for Africa project. And the idea was to give young people in high stakes communities or rural communities an opportunity to explore agriculture as a career, but also to strengthen the ability of teachers to inspire young people to explore agriculture as a career. And so we're thankful for that connection. Thankful for the support that some of our teachers had to travel to different parts of the world in the last 3 years. There were folks from Haarlem, from George, from Concordia in the Northern Cape in South Africa that traveled to Italy, to Spain, to Belgium, and to Sweden in the last 3 years. And this has given us an opportunity to tell other people our story, number one, but also for folks to get to see exactly what it is that we do in South Africa and exactly how unique this particular vocational training program is. And so one of the aspects that have sort of fallen into our place is not just this opportunity to actually be noticed by the European Union, and giving an opportunity to travel for some of our teachers and students, in fact. But it's also brought along folks from Sweden, from other parts of the world, both in Europe particularly and in the US. Folks that I have come to know over the years that I consider to be friends and colleagues. They've come along and have supported what we do. And so on the screen, you also see there's something called Sven's. And that is a company's name named after a gentleman called Sven Isaksson. And Sven, if you're listening tonight, I'm sure you're going to find a moment to, if not now live, but later to have a look at this, is to accept our thanks for creating a platform in Stockholm for us to promote this vocational training project in South Africa. And so apart from Sven, we've had a really great friend, and part of his music you've heard earlier, we've been playing, and that's Andre de Lang. And he's been instrumental in providing a soul for what we do. This is something about Andre de Lang's music. Incidentally, for those of you folks who are tuning in and listening in, and for those of you who are gathered down there who mentioned that you're from the Port Elizabeth region, Andre de Lang is a South African born in Humansdorp, not too far from you. And his music's been rather instrumental in strengthening our capacity to grow and do well. Now, we've lost a couple of people connection-wise, so it's just Carmen and myself that's left. I don't know, the other folks are maybe thinking it's bedtime. I don't know. They'll come back to us. Carmen, while the two of us are here alone, one of the questions that we were talking through, and I'm just trying to get it up here, had to do with just understanding this whole new world of this local to global connection. And I know one of the questions we had there for you as a farmer, and I don't really like the idea of a small scale farmer. I don't think you are a small scale farmer. You do farming, you are a farmer. And I like the one gentleman was saying, we must stop talking about small scale farmers. These folks are doing incredible work and contributing to food security in a very specific, tangible way. And there's a case to be made for that. But if we think of that first question, how do you see digital tools sort of changing the way you or Haarlem would produce reaches markets outside of the region? If you have got some thoughts on that.
Yes, thank you so much, Theo. My thoughts about that is to reach markets outside of Haarlem. I think we need to focus on compliance, especially when it comes to export. There's permits that you need to get things going, to do it the right way the first time. There's SARS, there's customs, there's also streamlining logistics, and in doing the streamlining, you're reducing your costs. There's also integrated information systems that one can use. What we need to also ensure from our side as farmers is consistent, high quality products and crops that we are going to be selling, producing, and selling. Um, we also need to focus and look at smart resource management, and then also use drone data to predict your analytics. There's satellite imaging that one can use as well. Yeah, those are my thoughts on that.
Oh, that's fascinating. On the technology side, um, with the with the drones, as you mentioned, this sort of diagnostics needed to measure or to understand or to how have you done that previously? How do you check the health of the plants?
Okay, so I haven't used it on my own as yet. I've seen other people do it, and definitely it automates your process in checking your plants every day or once a week or whatever. Um, However many times a week you need to check your plants. But in doing so, we now need to do it manually. So we need to go manually into the land and go check your plants, for sickness, illness, diseases, etc. But as we know, a drone can do that. It can pick up anything that is wrong in your soil content, where you need to add fertilizer or you need to add nitrogen or phosphates and phosphorus. So yeah, I think it's there to predict what you need to do, and you don't manually have to go um, do all that hard work, if I can say that, on a daily basis or um, on a weekly basis.
I hear you. So, or sensors of all sort of kinds could also work. I don't know if you have you used any sensors for the soil generally. They have these small little digital ones that one can actually put in the soil and just measure soil moisture, for instance.
Yes, yeah, that's quite important as well. But
Mm.
I don't have any of these tools that I've
Okay.
actually,
Yeah.
researched and see what is actually assisting us over here
Yes,
to do things better. So yes, I
I
want to do
understand.
things better, and I want to get all these nice tools and so on.
Yes,
So
fantastic.
yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there.
I'm sure you will. And so, 'cause I really believe that there are opportunities for that kind of the team's back with us now. I'm not so sure if you guys heard we were talking about that first question about just what new sort of ideas will emerge in Harlem as a consequence of these digital tools and how it will change and shape things. And one of the things that Carmen has mentioned here is that she's referred to the fact that things like drone technology and many other opportunities will definitely give you a new, if I understand you correctly, will give you new information. It will give you new data that will help you to deal with disease, will help you to irrigate possibly differently as well. So if you know that part of the land that you have, whether it's a half a hectare or 5 hectares, may not need to be irrigated as much. I've seen that right now when we struggled. Sometimes we over irrigate, and you can actually see because we took these drone pictures now, and we could see how some parts there's no even spread because some plants grow faster than the others, and maybe that's got to do with how differently we irrigate. And so, if we knew how to um, to manage that differently. If we just knew had a mechanized solution to do our irrigation better to start off with, but also to be able to tell what part of the soil is nutritionally strong enough that it doesn't need um, that much water. I don't know if any one of you else had some input on that question. And the question was, how do you see digital tools changing the way Haarlem uh, produce would reach markets outside of um, uh, the Langkloof region?
The marketing strategy would reach a broader audience.
Okay, so an improved marketing strategy. I think that was something that you also hinted at a little bit, Carmen, and sort of, um, and I want to connect that marketing strategy with quality. You were mentioning, Carmen, that we also need to be more committed to providing produce of quality. Why is that so important, you think?
Theo, our consumers are very picky nowadays. Um, I don't remember my mom or even my grandparents being that picky back in the day. So, in terms of producing consistent quality and not just quality but high quality, we will be feeding those products to our consumers, and in so doing, we can also match um, fruit, vegetables, and crops that actually go only to outside markets, which is outside of South Africa. We will also enjoy and reap the benefits of those types of high quality crops.
Mm. Yeah, I've heard it said that all the best produce go outside of the country. So one can complain about that, but at least there is an indication that South Africa has the capacity to provide quality produce into different markets. Um, yeah. So, what do you say on your side of things there, Monique? I'm just, or anyone there. I'm just thinking about, um, what did the sunflower crops and the sunflower harvest teach you about anything about agriculture that we need to be sort of be aware of? I know you guys have talked a little bit about the quality there. Is there anything that you can share about how your concern for the quality of sunflower seed have been part of your discussion and dialogue?
Can I chip in here?
Yes, please,
Although
Chip.
I didn't pick the sunflower.
Okay.
Although I didn't pick the sunflowers, but I saw them there all around me,
Yes.
and I really appreciate what Carmen did. She sent some script about, or maybe of the diseases that you get. So the quality, and I spoke to Maxine this afternoon, and I said some of the sunflowers doesn't look so excellent. It doesn't look the same. So yeah, maybe they must look around in the disease side of things. If I may say something about it, although I didn't do all the hard work, but yeah, the quality of a can increase.
No, but I think spotting the disease is also an important part, and that, you know, they used to have quality controllers. This is a very, very important part of any sort of process. And I would imagine in agriculture is maybe a little bit more serious because you're feeding people, you're feeding animals, and my sense is I think we're very excited about what's happening. I had a long conversation this morning with somebody who was born in Haarlem, and she was so touched by what's happening in Haarlem. She doesn't live there anymore, but she said she could not believe just what she's heard and what's happened. And we've, I think, done very well. But at the same time, we we must be committed to quality, I think. So since our training is practical, so we want young people, and in this case also our farmers, to improve in their knowledge and their skills in order to produce produce that's of high quality. Because the last thing you want to see happening is that you have a disease spreading to humans as a result of an inferior quality product or produce that we have planted. So that's a good conversation for us to continue to have in this particular space. Let's go for another 2 minutes, and we can just maybe mention the beginning of it. Um, oh no, let me just. I'm going to stop at this one, and we can do the second one, identifying some of the friction points that we have in the next episode. But there was something common. I want to just go back to you here again, that you had mentioned in the replies when we're talking about direct market access and digital finance. Um, do you want to elaborate on that? Why was that an important point to raise in strengthening the opportunity for Haarlem's produce to go beyond the Langkloof?
Oh, apologies.
No
It
problem.
was the mute button. Yeah, I think direct market access is important, Theo, because we tend to, I'm not sure if it's us that are isolating ourselves because we don't know all the opportunities there are with regards to market.
Yeah.
So yes, we can choose to only sell our products locally within our space, within our space, and then we can also choose to sell within our province. We can go outside of our province in within the South African borders, provincially, and then we can also then decide, do we want to actually venture into cross-border markets. So there is such a lot of tools. There's such a lot of information on the internet, with regards to access, with regards to training and opportunities for grants, etc. That we are also, allowed to apply for.
Sure.
So there is that. There's the in terms of the digital finance, a lot of uh, a lot of financial institutions have used digital platforms, and they're developing digital platforms as well to make it easier for everyone to um, not only to apply for loans, etc., but also to manage their business digitally. With example, you can use an Excel spreadsheet, or you can use an Access database tool if you want to put data together and analyze that data. So yeah, I think digital is the way to go. And then also to explore which type of market you actually are interested in. Focus on that. Take your baby steps and your small steps, and then you grow from there. If you want to be like a butterfly and fly, spread your wings. I think it's first best to start off small, and then you can go. The world is your oyster.
Fantastic. And that's a really prudent advice, and I think we appreciate that sort of angle that it's important for us to look at the market. It's important for us to begin to gather the knowledge required. Would that be a fair comment to make? I don't know if anybody else want to add or say something into that. I know, Maxine, you've been at the forefront of leading this team there, but is it your sense that um, key to all of this is knowing more. Is that something that you, Maxine, feel is a crucial commitment to make, to always pursue knowing?
Yeah, with us, like the past 2 days, Theo, it was a matter of opening up new ways of looking at farming itself and how the digital platform can be used, becoming more proactive. I think in the past, if you look at traditionally how people used to do it, they used to make many mistakes, right? And they used to farm from error. But now, with us being, like I said, the past 2 days, a lot of research went into it and the many different platforms that's available in digital marketing for farming, or you can become a tech entrepreneur type of thing. So even if you're into farming, and I'm speaking to the youth itself, because the youth doesn't want to go into farming because of the hard labor that they see it for. But in today's world, it's a changed world for that,
Right.
and that's where we would love them to be aware of that digital platform.
So you mean sort of moving from farming by error to, let's say, farming by being informed by the appropriate knowledge?
Yes.
Yeah.
And with the knowledge goes the technology as well. So with the technology, they will become more aware and be more knowledgeable, and then you don't get that error, the error learning that we come from.
Yes. Yeah, it's incredible how we've been influenced by just that notion, trial and error, trial and error. But if there are ways to actually not sidestep the error, of course, everyone agrees that you learn from your mistakes, but this does not have to be a pattern. If there's a solution that will enable you to avoid the error in the first place, I think this is what Maxine and her team is becoming very, very aware of. And we appreciate the fact that that emphasis is right there in the Western Cape. It's right there in Haarlem at the moment. And if you want to find a way to support what we're doing, right on the screen now, you have our address there, our details, and there's a quick response code that you can use to strengthen our hands, strengthen the hand of Maxine and her team down in the Western Cape, in Haarlem in particular. For those of you who joined us this evening online, we appreciate the fact that you took the time to be here. And if you were returning and you've stumbled on this video, we would appreciate any feedback from you, appreciate contact from you. And of course, we would appreciate you supporting exactly what we do in any way that you think is feasible. My name is Theophilus van Rensburg-Linster. I'm currently broadcasting live from Stockholm in Sweden. I'm not all by myself like Celine Dion used to be. I am accompanied by many wonderful folks that are sitting some 10,000 kilometers away from me, but I feel we're as close as can be. Good night, everybody. Carmen, to you, good night. Thank you so very much for your time. Azania, thank you for keeping things together. We've used Azania's computer. We tried to log on by 159,000 different devices. It didn't work out, so thanks for doing that. Monique, thank you very, very much for your presence. Kevin is not in the kitchen tonight. Kevin is in a different kitchen. Thank you for joining. Mr. Mike, thank you very, very much for your input. I like the point that you made earlier. I can only see half of you. There you are. There you are. Thank you for your observation about the sunflowers, and so we appreciate that. Maxine, thanks for keeping things all together. Good night, everybody, and thank you so very, very much for your time. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. You can a big hello or good night from everybody.
All right.
Good night.
Good
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Bye, Carmen.